guys, what's going on? Agent Not So Lazy here. So today is the day when I finally make the video about Cyte-09, which has been overdue for 2 weeks now. Damn, it's been a while, isn't it? Roll the intro.
Admit, I'm looking good.
So yeah, Cyte-09 has been the 59th Warframe which has been added to the game with the update Warframe 1999. This Warframe is the literal definition of get a kills in headshot, you will be rewarded in handsome. Because his passive is something that stacks indefinitely till you actually die. That is, get 300 weak point kills with headshot. Okay, let me explain myself. So his passive scales off of this thing, the headshot kills, or as the game has defined, weak point kills, because the faction of Murmur and Infested do not have clear defined heads. Many of the enemies will have the weak points across the body. So that's why they have changed the definition of headshot to weak points in this Warframe. So get consecutive or 300 kills with this. Voila, you have the passive fully stacked up. That's your 300% critical chance on headshot kills or the weak point kills. I should be really... okay, you know what? Let me just preface, because I will be referring headshot as weak points going forwards, because I will keep interchangeably using this word throughout the video, because you will be needing to get a lot of them to use this frame at its full potential. Okay, first ability is called, it's a scanner. I like to call it Recon because I have played a bit too much of Valorant in the past and I used to play a lot of Sova. So yeah, Recon. The Recon dart is now a freaking scanner which you plonk down in the ground. You can place upwards of 3 scanners in the ground at a time, but yeah, this thing scales with range. So if you have enough range in your frame, you can have a 360 coverage by spreading the 3 scanners across a bit, and you have a pretty good range on this. The base range is close to 50 meters and it does scale pretty nastily with the range mods. I have in my frame around 140 or 150% range, which gives me closer to 80 meters of range in my Recon ability, which can be, it's also a punch through for the whole range. That is in 80 meters. If you get the headshots, you're gonna get the punch through damage, the full damage without a fall off. Second ability, the most used ability of this guy is his second ability, that is Resupply. Drop an ammo pack for energy. Use a certain amount of energy and just, you can choose your damage type of the ammo and, long down 2 chunks. So yeah, if you just tap it without setting it up, it's gonna throw a random one. If you set it to specific faction, like for example Viral for Orokin or Blast for whom actually, I don't remember who is weak to Blast, but anyway, Radiation for Murmur for example, those guys will take a lot of damage, though his ultimate, that is the Neutralize sniper, does not really proc that much status. It's good to have if you're using some of the primer weapon, which I'll later discuss into the video when I'm discussing my build. Third ability is literally get your headshots, you will be invisible throughout the mission, that is evade. As I discussed in my previous video of Varuna, that is, if you get enough headshot kills with this ability, you're gonna stay invisible throughout the mission. And it does scale with duration, and you will need quite a bit, because the base duration of this is at 20 seconds, which can go upwards of 60. Get a bit more of duration, because see, every headshot kills gives you only 3 seconds. So yeah, you better be hoping every kill is a headshot, because 3 into 5 is not that much. I'll say that 15 seconds will run out pretty quick for the time you spend on aiming for the headshots in this big guy. Unless you're using something like a bullet attractor, which will definitely give you headshot kills, like with Zarta's Whisper, where you can just get, just one enemy needs to be hit in the head and he'll be getting all the headshot damage. Anyway, we are not talking about helmet just yet, we'll get into that. And the last is Neutralize. His ultimate ability, the most insanely high funny damage dealing number, but my build doesn't deal the funny numbers. I'll get into it why, because now's the time to talk about the build, how I'm running. Out of the 10 mod slots, I'm using 2 of them for quality of life mods, because I basically want to deal flat damage, that is crit damage and headshot damage. So he's going to be using the new mods, that being primary acuity and Spectral Sedation, which scales off of headshot damage. Then there is one more, I forgot the name of, I'll throw the mod name in the screen. And that's the mod you're gonna be using for scaling headshot, because that gives you 60% headshot damage. I forgot the mod name, I'm really sorry about it. But yeah, that mod scales with your headshots because you'll be dealing with a lot of headshot damage throughout the mission. And then, talking about his weapon, the Neutralizer is a alarming weapon. So every time you shoot this thing, be ready to be shot at, because this thing doesn't have a built-in silent weapon. So you better throw in that hush like me so that nobody bats an eye towards you, like every time you take a shot or just blindly fire at you, because they will do that every time. With the exception being the Legion Thrax, because those guys, I don't know why, can still see you when you evade. And the last one being the Sharpshooter mod, which gives you energy on headshot kills, because you'll get 15 energy per headshot, and each ammo, if you're not modding for efficiency, will take 10 energy. So shoot 1, you get 5 extra energy packs. Shoot 2, get extra 20 energy. That's how I think of it as. So yeah, you need to be landing your shots very consistently and try to get the one shot, one kill, as his name says in Kin Page. My build is mostly focused on strength with skills with Arcan, like Arcan Crepuscular and Molt Augmented, which gives me closer to 90% ability strength and 3x flat critical damage. And then you can throw in all the usual bond mods in your Sentinel or your Companion to get even more damage out of Cyte-09. So that's the basic build of Cyte-09. How does the Warframe play? Very, very fluid, in my opinion. He does feel a bit clunky when you're going up against the enemies who can see you when you're invisible, like the Legion Thrax I just talked about. I don't know why, but I get harassed by them. And he is very squishy, despite you don't need to mod him for any specific, what do they say, survival mods. You just need to stay invisible and get a bit more duration out of him, and you'll be staying fine. So if you have noticed my Neutralizer build from a bit earlier, I'm not using any anti-faction mods because I don't prefer changing mods after every mission, because I don't like seeing which mission I'm going into. So I just mod it for cold, flat, which gives the highest amount of flat damage. But you might ask, why don't you mod for heat? Good question, my guy. The reason being, cold also gives you bonus critical damage if the enemy is frozen. So yeah, that needs a 10 stack of cold. And so what you can do is throw in coolant leak, mod your Sentinel with cold weapon, and your enemy will be frozen within a second. Trust me, I have tried it. So you can do that, but yeah, why wait for your Sentinel to freeze your enemies? Good question, I don't know. I just wanted to fill in something which can deal a flat damage and without changing me the mods. So yeah, this weapon has 3 flex slots instead of 2, as I was saying. Deal bigger number, yes, this thing deals barely enough damage to kill even enemies at level cap at one shot, I'll say that. The heavy gunners at Zariman, which I tested it against, didn't survive the headshots, I'll say that. Even the one headshot at full stack. And that was before the bug fix which happened, by the way, because apparently Cyte-09 couldn't use the Arcan... What was I saying? Yeah. Arcan Crepuscular's invisibility buff, that is being the 3 times crit damage. So my damage was actually low, but I was still destroying level cap, which was very shocking. And on top, when I made this video, when I was recording, my build was not successfully done because you can see enemies shooting me every time I take a shot. I forgot there is a mod called as Hush, which silences my sniper. So without a silencing weapon, I ended up doing the mission, which is still good. So yeah, you can see how much damage this can deal. Upwards of even 50 million. Sometimes, yeah. I am not saying that my build is the best build. There are builds which deal even more damage, but I'll say one thing. What's the purpose of dealing negative billions of damage if the enemy doesn't even have a billion of health? The enemy gets capped at level 9999. So yeah, dealing just enough above 15 million is more than enough to one-shot the enemy. On top, the secondary ammo from the resupply is not additive to your base damage. It will apply as a separate shot, so it's a multi-shot plus 1, which also has the same proc rate as your base damage, because you'll take the damage of your base damage and add it with the elemental damage. That's how it works. I don't know why it's doing that without taking consideration of other ammo, because I tried with the other weapons which could benefit from the resupply. So yeah, other than this, A few weapons which really worked well with Cyte-09 would be, my personal choice is Nell, which is the signature pistol of Harrow. Get a headshot, get continuous ammo efficiency. So what I used to do is mod this thing for a bit more status with viral, throw in a blast ammo from the resupply, and you know blast is pretty strong when you pair it with viral and slash. So this thing was melting the enemies when I went up against something like Techrot. Those things didn't stand a chance. Techrot and Skuldra, to be honest, because that's where I was testing it when I did that. Sorry, but I don't have the footage right now, else I would have shown you, because I wanted to focus more on the high level side of Cyte-09, because this guy can survive. So yeah, he is pretty strong in my opinion. Other than this, for primary choice, I thought to use his primary weapon, that is being Reconifex or whatever is the name. Sorry if I butchered it. It's a very good primary rifle, but the problem is, hear me out. If you do the perfect reload, it reloads with heat ammo, right? It doesn't work with your resupply, sadly. I don't know why they did this. Yes, getting innate heat damage on the weapon plus your moderate damage is there, but I wish this was working with his own signature ability, which is not signature ability, the evade is a signature ability of Helminth. So yeah, other than this Warframe can really shine a bit more if you're using... I think the hit doesn't need a helmet in my opinion, but listen me out. Here, wait. So, you want a helmet option? Replace his recon sticks with Banshee's silence. That thing scales the damage to even have funny numbers, I'll say that. You can replace his first ability or his sniper for the Banshee's silence or sonar, I forgot which one Banshee gives, but Banshee's helmet ability really scaled him up really good. I'll not say he needs nourish, that's just bullshit. Other than this, that's all for the helmet viability for him in my opinion. Unless I find something new, then I'll definitely make a follow-up to my Cyte-09's guide. And that's all for today's video, I guess. Let me know if you need something more about Warframe Cyte-09. Until then, take care everyone. I'll see you in the next video. Peace the hell out. Hopefully soon.